Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's a beautiful Sunday morning here in Louisville. And we're going to start in the front yard today on this week's garden tour. The blue Victoria Salvia here in the circle garden is looking really good. So I've got more of that salvia planted all along the circle here. And then inside the next circle is the Russian sage. And it is just starting to bloom. I need to go get probably a couple more plants and fill in where some of them have died. I got some gaps in my circle there. And also in the center here, I'm not sure if they're coming up. They might be. But I've got some Orange Prince sunflowers coming up. So again, I'm repeating here that orange and blue color. And then I've also ordered the Zinderella zinnias. They're like kind of like a peach apricot kind of zinnia, but they're almost like the cupcake zinnia or pom-pom shaped bloom. And I have seeded those in between the blue Victoria Salvia. So anyway, we will see. If everything comes up and grows, I think the colors will look really good together. So, how are you guys this morning? It's been a nice weekend to be out working in the garden. Hopefully you guys have had a chance to get out in your garden. So the Fireball marigolds are getting some growth on them. That is good. I have fertilized them with just some Miracle-Gro. In here, my hedge of the Russian sage is looking pretty good. Again, I need probably about 4 more to really fill in this drift of Russian sage. Dahlias here, slowly but surely. So nothing is really changed much here in the main landscape up front. So up here we've got some daylilies starting to bloom. I forget the name of these, but I really like that pink color there. And you'll see in the garden, I really like this pink color with the lamb's ear, the silvery sagey green. And you'll see that combo throughout the garden. Also beginning to bloom, a new bloomer this week, is the Bananas and Cream Chasta Daisy. So that should be popping probably in next week's tour. I thought about, I want 2 benches. I want one for the back corner, and I thought about putting another bench here. So I might have to move those hostas around, but I think it would look nice with a bench there. We've got some butterfly bushes in here as well. I think this is just a violet one, and this is my new one. Might have caught that in the last garden tour, but this is Miss Molly. I don't know a whole lot about Buddleias, but maybe you can answer this in the comments. Is it good to deadhead? I mean, it would probably make it look better, but I'm wondering, just like anything else, if you deadhead the Buddleias, does it produce more blooms? And I like the foliage, the dark foliage here on this Wine and Roses. There's another one over there, but I like pairing that with the lamb's ear as well. Well, of course, it's not in bloom today on the tour, but this was a beautiful yellow and burgundy rose. Yellow and burgundy daylily, and those look really nice there with the lamb's ear. Got a lot of, I seeded this very heavy over here, and of course we got gophers and moles doing their thing, but I didn't realize how heavy I seeded the morning glories here on the arch. And those are the blue something blue morning glory. Heavenly blue, that's it. Everything's coming along, of course. Like I said in the last video, I still need to get in here with some mulch. And I said I was going to cut the Nepeta back, but I just can't do it yet because it's still offering a lot of color. And I love the blue color in the garden. Alright, so let's go over here to the vegetable and cut flower section. So you'll see there are a lot more holes over here. So all of these are my pumpkin plants. So I planted my new haul, my new seeds, pumpkin seeds have come in this week. So that's what all these fresh holes are. And I've got varieties such as the Big Mac's pumpkin, Igor, Racer, Red Warty thing, some Moonshine pumpkins, which are just a nice medium white pumpkin. Here are the first ones. You can see they're further along and they are looking pretty good. There's the Red Warty thing there. And of course I picked up just some classic jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. And then those peach ones that I mentioned before, that's got the kind of the fancy design on them. But anyway, and here's some more in here. So here are zinnias. Like I said, the cut flower garden is over here too. So zinnias, more zinnias. Gladius are all here. Here I have watermelon plant, a couple of them. This looks like probably a squash. This was growing in the flower bed and I dug it up and put it over here. So I'm thinking it's a squash. This next little row here is my green beans. We've got more squash and cucumbers over here. Kind of slow to take off, but we've not been real hot here in Louisville. But it's coming, I'm sure. More green beans. Along the fence line here is sunflowers. Just different varieties of sunflowers that I'm going to use for cut flowers for vases and stuff. I've got 4 varieties of tomatoes in here. I need to get some more cages or something for the rest of them. Peppers, got a couple of pepper plants. In here is bunching onion. I'm not sure how it's going to do. In the other blocks here, I've got some cilantro. And the corn, looking pretty good. So that's it, guys, for the vegetables this year and cut flowers. I really need to work on my cut flower game. So I guess it's easier to shop for those online than trying to find them in your garden center. Here is the white hollyhock. And this guy's been here about 3 years, and it still comes back. I believe I got these from Baker's Creek. Now where all my other ones went to, I don't know. I had peach ones. So my containers here are looking a little rough. This was an experiment to see how they would do in the rustic planters there. White geranium and red. So they need a little TLC. I might have to put them in something else. But anyway. So here we go again. You'll notice this triangle garden, whatever it is. You'll notice that it has changed again. So I've had many different things going on in this garden, and those of you that have been following me a while, I'm sure you're laughing and shaking your head because I have changed this garden so many times. But the white roses that I had in here, they were just getting wild and crazy and wasn't looking too good, so I dug those out. I did give them a second chance. I planted them in the back behind the garage. I had an obelisk here, and I think I had some Gara and stuff in here. And I was going to do a boxwood hedge. You might remember earlier this season my plan. But I was going to do a boxwood hedge around here, and all I could find was the wintergreen boxwoods. And I got to looking online and about the care for those boxwoods, and they do not like full sun. They do not do good in full sun. They prefer a little more shade, so I dug those up. There's one of the holes there. So I dug those up and I put them in the back, and I'll show you guys in a minute my plan for those. So I got out here yesterday with a weed eater, and I got really close with a weed eater on all this because the grass was getting so crazy in here. I had to do something. So anyway, in other words, it was an eyesore. So I got some black plastic down, and I just picked up this new plant here, new crepe myrtle, again with the dark foliage. I'm really loving. And then again, that pink corally color flower. So this is going to be here on the corner, and I give it plenty of space to grow. But hopefully it'll get nice and big like the one there on the corner. So I'm just going to take this back to a flower bed, little sitting area there with the table. And I'm thinking I'm going to do some maybe limelights. Not the big ones, but maybe the limelight prime or little lime. And do some kind of border there. So those would do a lot better in full sun than the boxwoods would. So yeah, work in progress, but I think it's going to look good once I get everything planted. I'm going to add some of that lamb's ear around the crepe myrtle. Again, I like that silvery green with the foliage and that pink coral color. But anyway, friends, that is my plan for this area. It's probably my 5th or 6th time that I've changed it. Going into the back garden here, a couple new plants I picked up. Some purple coneflower. Got some cosmos in there. I need to get in here and cut back the salvia there. But one of my favorite plants of all here, looking good this morning, is the spiderwort. Love that blue. And then the orange tiger lilies. My white lilies here are about to bloom. And phlox is setting flower. The larkspur is about on its way out. It's setting seed. And I'll just let that seed go anywhere. Yellow daylilies. Some garden art here. You might notice the butterflies. I had these in the shop. Little shop there for some of you new viewers that might not know. I got a little room here on the garage, and I've just got it fixed up like a country store. So anyway, I had these. They're metal. These butterflies, and I don't care if they get rusty because I really want them to get rusty. I like that look. You guys know me. But I set them out here in the garden. And I like them a lot better out here. More of that spiderwort. Some more yellow daylilies. I'm going to keep on walking because I don't want my time to run out on my video. Hibiscus there coming up. More daylilies back here. Here's that chameleon plant. And then the blue, black and blue salvia. And a light yellowy orange daylily. Looks pretty good with the blue, I think. Some rusty pink morning glories that are called chocolate are growing up here on this trellis. And then all the pink daylilies here, or mauve, are blooming out. Slowly but surely, the flowers are coming out on the new limelights I planted this year. I think those are going to look really good in between the arbs. And here's that color combo again with the rusty pink and the sagey green. Hibiscus in here. That one I accidentally hit with a weed eater, so it's got some catching up to do. Hopefully it'll still bloom this year. And then this is where that table was that I put in the triangle garden, and everything's filling in, so it needed to move anyway. But there are 3 pink pampas grasses in there. Irises are over with. Some hostas in the shade garden. So back here, and I've got a lot of work to do back here, looking a little rough, but this was that pumpkin spice heuchera that I planted there. And then here are those boxwoods. So I got them planted back here. I don't know if they'll stay there, but I'm going to figure out some kind of formal garden space back here and design and do some boxwood hedging back here, because they do really well in the shade here. So anyway, friends, I just got another minute on my video, so I'll just keep walking. Some petunias that I grew from seed. And they're looking a little rough because I cut them back, but these are the white roses that were in the triangle garden. I'm doing some sort of moon garden vibe over here. Here's where I put that trellis or obelisk. And right back there is where I want to put a bench. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. You guys have a great week ahead. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.